Paying tribute and great homage to the United States of America on its esteemed 250th birthday comes How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone Activity Book, a 188-page activity book that launches on July 4th, 2026. Written and illustrated by Jerome Judge Hinds, President of the Association of Comic Artists Singapore. Comes the ultimate tribute to the birthplace that brought to the world the splendor of superheroes and comic books. Jerome is a creator and senior editor at USA-based ThunderZone Comics, and in the book, he shares with you the knowledge and methodologies of his work from over the past 8 years, all neatly wrapped up in a 10-chapter step-by-step tutorial. He covers full-length character construction, studies in hands and feet, secrets in foreshortening with props and weapons wielding, plus penciling techniques, inking, digital coloring, and even comic book cover layouts. It's all here and available in both soft or hardcover. And if you really can't wait to get your hands on the physical thing, there's always the digital guidebook edition available for pre-order now. How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone Activity Book, with Jerome Judge Hinds launching Independence Day 2026. Exclusively available from Amazon.com. And launched streaming live only on Madness Entertainment Group.
Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between. Welcome, welcome, welcome to How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone grand launch here on, well, most of our audience is in America. So I decided to launch it on today, July the 4th. So happy birthday, America. Happy 250th birthday. Amazing. So yes, from the land that gave us comic books, I kind of dedicate this book to your nation, you could say. And it's available on Amazon.com. And what we're going to be doing for the next 2 hours from 10 to 12, 10 a.m., 12 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing an example from the book. I'm going to be having one guest, I think, dropping by, Tan Soon Meng, who I've done some work with before. Now, I'm all the way out in Singapore. So I'm not sure where you're watching this from. Most of the audience for these shows tend to be in the States, but I'm all the way out in Singapore. So it's 10 a.m. where you are. It's 10 p.m. where I am. So it's going to work like this. There's two halves to this launch. 10 to 12 midnight, I'm going to be here doing a rough exercise to show you what the book is about. Then there's going to be a break from 12 to 3. Then I'll be back at 3 until 7:30. Now, during that time, a few more guests will come on, a few writers, a couple of artists, and we're going to be doing characters from the ThunderZone. I'm going to be running through more of the exercises, and it's just going to be a bit of a party atmosphere. Banter, anything goes. It's totally unrehearsed. All we know is that we're going to be drawing some of the characters, as you can see on your screen there, from the ThunderZone. Now, I can already see I've got 2 comments here. Is one of them spam? Yes, one is. And hey, yo, what's up, Pops? For any of you that are new here, Pops is the man behind the Madness Entertainment Group. So he's watching from the wings. So here we are. Finally, the launching of my book, How to Draw Characters from the Thunderverse. So what I'm going to do is, well, if you was here from the beginning, you saw the trailer. Now remember, I'm making a conscious effort. I'm trying to speak slowly. I have a habit of speaking too fast. Now, I'm from UK originally. I've been in Singapore for 30 years, and my parents were from Barbados. I have a very messed up, cadence, pronunciation, whatever it is. I tend to speak too fast sometimes, so I'm trying to speak slower. If I lose you, please drop a note in the messages. So what have we got here? Let me reduce the size of me. How to draw characters from the ThunderZone. So I don't know if you saw that trailer. I'm going to have a quick run through of some of the pages here to show you what the book is about. So this is the actual cover. Now the book comes in hardcover and softcover. So this is it's a wraparound cover. And here's the index. So you can see, if you look at the chapters, there's heads, faces, and bust construction. We're going to do this exercise in a moment. This is Officer Alloy from Big House Blues from ThunderZone Comics. That's created by Dan Sen. And Dan Sen will be joining me in the second session. That's between 3 to 7:30. We're looking at hands and feet, full-length construction with props, foreshortening with forced perspective, penciling and shading, inking, digital coloring. We're going to be touching on that in the second half. Then there's a covers and promos gallery, and of course, an afterword by me. That's kind of what's in the book. So let's have I'm going to take you through just a very brief preview of what you can expect. Now, one of my main methodologies is to find the center of something, and you can see it here. Here are some random shapes that you can say loosely represent parts of the anatomy. And finding the center of something is very important. Then in purple, there's something called dimensions, where you find the side, the top, the front, or the bottom of something. And these are things that I use constantly in my construction. And in orange, something that I call contour trajectories. Knowing the direction that something is flowing in, that helps you to build up, to understand what you're building, because drawing is all about shapes. Now look at that, I'm so eager. I've gone off ranting. And if you've joined me before here on Madness Entertainment Group, you know I always have background music. And my favorite is this one. I normally play this during my Super Saturday's Draw Along, which the later session will engulf Super Saturday's Draw Along. It's an extra long episode, you could say, from 3 to 7:30. So we're going to have the guests on, and at 6 o'clock, I will be reverting straight over to a demo for you to draw along with me again. So back to the book here, you can see some very simple demonstrations on constructing a head using the contours, dimensions, and centerline principles. Then in the book, you're going to have a few exercises where you run through, as you can see in the spaces provided. That's why it's referred to as an activity book. I like the idea of people can draw into the book. But of course, there are some people who will not deface their books. And by all means, you can draw on separate pieces of paper if you support me in buying the book. So there's some faces, there's some busts, right? These are just a few examples from, of course, the chapters have more exercises than this. And we'll be doing one of these exercises shortly. Now, I mentioned in the book that it's not a full tutorial on how to draw, but there are a few things that are quite tough. And you see, this is called Tough Stuff 1, which are hands and feet. So there are a few pages on how to construct hands and feet, because I think these things are quite difficult. Like here, for example, holding a prop. And something that I didn't know is you should draw the prop first. It really helps. So then there's a few pages on how to draw feet. Then we get to the full-length construction. And you can see here, again, the skeleton, fleshing out. Then we add the detail, then the sketch render. And what I try to do with this book is you will see at the bottom of each page, it tells you to keep your sketching safe, because later you can return to add the hatching and rendering and light sourcing, which comes from both the penciling and the inking. And that's in later chapters. So here, a few more full length. Now you notice there's not much foreshortening here. The characters are quite kind of straight, because this is early in the book. You don't want it to be too difficult. Then we get full-length construction with props. And this chapter, of course, is a little bit more difficult. But some nice exercises on this. And remember, all of these drawings come from assignments that I've done over the last 6 years for ThunderZone Comics. So at the back of the book, when you get to the gallery, you'll see a lot of this as it appeared on the covers or promotional artwork. So holding props is never easy. Then we get to the second tough stuff, as I call it, and that is foreshortening. And I believe that foreshortening is possibly the most difficult aspect of drawing from imagination, foreshortening. So we have quite a few pages on that. Different stances of the characters, different degrees of foreshortening. Like you can see here with subject alpha on the right, his body is foreshortened. And what's important there is look at the contours around the body. You got to make sure that you wrap your costumes and props around the volume of the body. Then it's tough stuff 3, foreshortening with forced perspective. Now, it doesn't get any more rough than that. So I've explained a few things here about the principles of perspective and then what happens to it when you force it. And some great exercises in this. I had great fun. A lot of fun doing these characters. And again, these characters all come from stories that you can find within ThunderZone comics. Various Kickstarters, and everything's always available on, what's the name of that website? Kablam is the printer. My goodness, I'm having a brain freeze here. I remember before the end of the stream, where you can pick up all of the back issues of the ThunderZone comics. Then we get to rendering. Okay, how to apply pencil to make your work not only look nice, but more manageable and better for an inker to work with. So you'll see here, for example, can you see here at the top here in the blue circle, it refers to the page where the sketch was. So if you go back to page 12, you could then take a snap of this with your hand phone, for example, and then apply this extra detail to that basic sketch that you would have done earlier. And from sketching, we go to inking, which is this chapter is quite special in that I explain how I ink in a way that helps a digital colorist. And it's explained down here, bottom left, with my character, D. Tomasin. So I was asked in an interview recently, which chapter in the book am I most proud of? And it's probably the inking chapter. I particularly like that. So there's some rudiments in that. Then we get to inking some of those characters that you would have sketched earlier. I explained some of the principles in the way you ink something, basically. Then we get to digital coloring. This is very important because I explain in the book how to color something very, very quickly using something called dodge and burn. There are 2 tools that can automatically shade something, and it makes shading very, very quick. And you don't actually have to change anything in the color palette. So there's a whole chapter on that. And I'm using Clip Studio Paint, Sussex Clip Studio Paint. Photoshop can basically do this as well, but Sussex Clip Studio Paint is really designed for comic. You know, it's the #1 software in Japan. That's with good reason. And here, this shows you how Dodge and Burn produce these images here, and it's very quick. These don't take, to shade like this, definitely less than 45 minutes, depending on what it is. You can shade a whole character like this in less than 20 minutes. You can see the base colors of Dragon Knights here on the left. And from those base colors, all of that can be done with just dodge and burn. Like I said, very, very little mixing of color, you could say. Then there's a promos gallery, and it even shows how I developed the logo and branding for ThunderZone Comics. I did that with Dan Sen, the publisher. That was great fun. And then here on the right is Supercross. This is the comic that I have published with ThunderZone. And I go through some of the ideas behind the front covers that I did and why they were laid out. Like here, for example, a lot of these characters that you see here were drawn separately, and you'll see them throughout the book. And then how we come up with a composition at the end. And the book explains how I come up with different compositions. It was all great fun to compile and write. So that's the end of the brief preview. And I'm now going to get to an exercise where I'm going to do one of the exercises here. Officer Alloy. So you can see here, I start with a basic skeleton to give us a framework. So in the book, this is taken from the book. there's a space here for you to sketch it. So whether you're working traditionally or digitally, of course, I'm working digitally. And there's something that I always say here, of course, on my usual stream, when you're sketching, you must
keep those pencils light.
Indeed. So even though I'm working digitally, I still like to keep my pencils light. So first, I'm going to start with the basic shape of the head. So this is what you'll be doing if you get the book. And drawing is all about judging shapes. The more accurate you get a shape, the more accurate your drawing will be in general. Because if you think about it, if your shapes are not accurate, the detail cannot possibly be accurate because the fundamental shape around it is wrong. So here, I'm keeping my pencil light and I'm crafting the shape of the head. And if you get the book, or if you do anything like this at home, always try to draw. Sorry, let me start again. If you're a beginner, practice drawing small to start with, because that is easier. But if you're more intermediate to advanced, get used to drawing large. So I'm judging this head to the one I've got here. Now I think the back here, more of a rounded back corner. And if you get those pencils light, you can erase. Good. Now I reckon I may have broadened that a bit too much. I used to copy so many images when I was younger. And I was really accurate at copying. But, I've done so much comic drawing in recent years. I think I've kind of lost the ability to copy. I'm definitely not as accurate as I used to be. Quite extraordinary. Right. Now, a head is basically a ball on a stick. So here, I'm going to come in here and add in a neck. And of course, you're always judging sizes. Now, he's quite a big guy, so he's got very burly shoulders. And remember, a skeleton is just basically a framework for you to work on. And we're constantly judging distances. So we put in a node to designate joints. So I think that needs to come over and down a little bit more. I've got that shoulder a little bit higher, I think. So let's put this down here. Now I'm expecting a guest to join me on the half hour. But as I said, it's a bit late in the evening here. And I hope he hasn't fallen to sleep. And I hope indeed he does turn up. Now we're judging, this is just a bust. So it's just the top part, just below the chest area we're drawing. So you can see, well, what we've got is just a little bit more than the depth of the head. Zoom out slightly. So a curved spine, because it's very barrel chested. I'm going to bring that down to about here. Remember, they keep those pencils light. We've got this arm coming out here. And this other arm is roughly over here. Now this is, as I said, just a basic skeleton. But it gives us a good start point for how we flesh things out. Good. So now let's get to those dimensions that I mentioned. Now, as I said, I'm working digitally. So my skeleton is red. So I'm going to make that layer red. I'm just checking back my shapes here. And I'm looking at the head. And I think my head is probably a little bit tall. So I'm going to I'm going to just flatten the head slightly and bring that line down. And yes, my special guest has just arrived in the waiting room, Mr. ThunderZone. Hang on, I'm going to bring him up shortly. Okay, how is that looking? Yeah, I think that's better. Good. So we just got through the skeleton of this. We're going to be back here after we have a quick chat with Mr. ThunderZone, who I've done some work with in the past. So let me add him to the stage. I'm going to remove this. Hello, Sun-Meng, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I hope you can hear me now.
I can indeed hear you now. Yes.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on, Sun-Meng. Okay, everyone, this is ThunderZone. We've done some work in the past. He wrote the script to Supercross number 5 and 6. And he also wrote the script for another book that I was editing. That was 15 years ago, you know, Arena.
Yep.
Yeah, 15 years ago. Goodness, doesn't time fly? And in fact, I've got a copy of the book the story that Sun-Meng wrote. Here it is. It was called Occam's Razor. Let me just share the screen. There. Now, for some reason, trying to get us all on the stage at the same time, I'm struggling a bit with this. Hang on, let me see if I can get that bigger and get us smaller. Let me hide this ticker tape. Ah, yes, there we are. So yes, that was the story that you scripted with Zaki, who was the artist, and who was actually one of the former treasurers of the Association of Comic Artists, of which I'm still the president. So yeah, great stuff. So Sun-Meng,
I always clarify that, you know, I can't draw to save my own life. So I always need to depend on artists like Zaki and yourself, or, you know, that's it. No stories out there for me.
All right. Okay, so we've got a comment here. You need 2 screens.
Oh,
Raul, I've got 3 screens. It doesn't help. The problem is because I'm sharing screen, so it makes it a bit more complicated. But yes, so this was the story that I really did enjoy. This story when you wrote this, and Zaki did a good job on the drawing, and I actually did the tone work. I did all the grayscaling for this.
yes, I remember that.
Yeah. It was really good. Oh, look at that. Some of the images have not come out in the PDF. I never noticed that before. That must be a downloading issue. Bizarre. So yes, Sun-Meng wrote the script to Supercross number 5 and 6. So what else have you been working on in terms of writing?
Okay, I did tell you that, you know, I had a children's book published. I mentioned that. I don't know if I could share a picture of the cover. I don't know how that works.
Okay, if you go to the bottom, can you see there's a plus next to a person's head? Go to the bottom of your screen.
Plus, it says present.
Present, okay, yeah. Okay, click on that.
All right.
And I know you say program or whole screen, whatever it says.
It says image file, or it says share screen. Okay.
Share screen. I think that's what you want.
All right, let me see if I can do that. All right, share screen.
I'll see if I see it come up my side, and then I can share it as well.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. Let me just see. Okay.
Okay.
Nope, doesn't work. Oh,
No,
share a tab. Select a tab to share, or a window. Ah, okay, here you go.
A window. Yeah, a window is better than a tab.
Okay, share this. Ah, okay. So you see something?
Yes, I can. I'm going to add it to the stage. Oh, Pura the cat. Okay.
So again, I didn't draw the pictures. This is a children's story set in Singapore. Pura is the biggest cat that you see in a bunch of 4 stray cats, and it's about their adventures in an area in Singapore that's a big touristy area, and well, kidnappings take place, or it should be kidnapping, I suppose. Okay, so that kind of a story. I'm going to stop sharing. Really, the focus should be on you, Jerry, so I don't take too much time on that.
No, but I find the stuff you work on so many. Listen, people, I'll tell you a bit about Soon Ning. He's been a policeman and a lawyer. He's a very interesting individual. And what inspires a writer, I always find to be very interesting. How the mind of a writer works. And I often find that writers come from very, very diverse backgrounds. And yours certainly is.
Yeah, the thing about writing is, you think you have this idea, and then you think you're going to put it down on paper, and then that children's story, it's only 32 pages, and it took me 9 years to get that done. So doesn't always work out as quickly as you want to, Jerry. I don't know how long it takes you to write, but 32 pages, 9 years, not a good average, I think.
But I think it comes down to time as well. Like, you weren't really focused on it as a full-time job. It was just something you had milling around, right? Yeah,
absolutely true. Yeah.
Well, definitely. I found that when you draw as a hobby, if you do anything as a hobby, it's just very, very, very different.
Oh, okay. I mean, the thing about writing is, you have to have the discipline to do it. So. One of the things that forces you to have discipline is, like you talked about, arena. So folks out there, Jerry and the Association of Comic Artists of Singapore organized together with a whole bunch of other people a comic writing contest. And what happened was they picked the winners, and then the winners got drawn, and you saw an example of that where they picked the story that I wrote, and then together with some of the stories, it became a compilation. So the thing is, the deadline helped me, right? It forced me to just sit down and get something written, because I have to submit it by this time, or Jerry Judge Hinds is never going to see it. So let me get it out there. So deadlines work. Actually, the book that I wrote, Pura the Cat, the only reason that got completed was, again, because I had a deadline. There was a contest. It was by a publisher and the National Arts Council in Singapore, and they were offering that if you wrote a story and it got picked, they'd publish it. So I had the idea percolating in my mind for a long time, but eventually the deadline got me going. So I don't know about you, but for those people out there, you're interested in drawing, you're interested in writing. The idea is, set yourself a deadline. Maybe it's an external deadline, internal deadline. I don't know how you do it, but deadlines do help. They help me anyway. I don't know. How about you, Jerry?
No, that's 100%. The reason why we actually did that Ignite initiative that you won to get your story produced was that I was out here in Singapore. There's something called the Media Development Authority. Now it's called the IMDA, but back then it was called MDA. And I was explaining to them that most writers and artists don't work with deadlines or even editors. So to try to get them into that environment, that's why we came up with the Ignite initiative, which is very much what you pinpointed just now. It was to give people a deadline, and definitely to be working with an editor, which, after the first time I worked with an editor, I realized that I didn't have any discipline. Even something as simple as what you call a first draft. You find that with most hobbyists, you do something and you think it has to be perfect first time. You just don't know that you can do something and throw it away. It just doesn't cross your mind.
Jerry, since you're on this topic, a lot of people out there probably wondering about the drawing aspects. How does an editor work with an artist like you? Is it just writers that need the editing, or does your artwork also require editing? I don't know. Maybe you can share that, the process of working and creating characters and drawing them. I'm interviewing you, Jerry.
No, definitely. It applies in the other direction as well, because artists, we can get stuck in our own opinions as well. But an editor is coming from the perspective of the storytelling. So you might do something that might look nice, but in terms of serving the story, it's not quite right. And editors pick up on this stuff. So yeah, I was fortunate enough to have a very simple gig with Tom DeFalco, who did a lot of Spider-Man work. And he told me to change certain things that it would never cross my mind to have done that.
Could you be specific? I mean, do you remember exactly what Tom DeFalco's advice was? I mean, that might be useful for those listening as well.
I remember one example. My character, Singapore Sling, was falling from a building, and I had her facing in a particular direction. And he made me flip her because he said it continues the eye line more to her trajectory of falling. And he just saw that. And that's probably because he always worked on Spider-Man.
Right.
And Singapore Sling is very much a kind of acrobatic kind of character.
Yep.
He was the perfect person to catch that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. It was
nice story.
It was very good. Yes. And he was one of my favorite writers as well. So I was we did a charity publication for artists and writers that had fallen on hard times. Because some of the people that we grew up idolizing, Su Ming. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Su Ming also had connections to a comic shop. So he's very, very well versed in comic books. Yeah. Well, some of those people that we grew up idolizing in later life, they fell on quite hard times. So I was offered a chance to contribute a short story. And the editor asked me, if you had to work with a writer, who would it be? Because this guy was very well connected.
Right.
I said, it would be Tom DeFalco.
Wow.
And he actually got, he got him.
Nice.
Amazing.
In the end, who were the artists? Sorry, the artists that benefited. Are you talking about artists in Singapore, or was it? Where were the artists located? The ones that were helped out.
Primarily the guys in America. Now I remember one of the beneficiaries was a guy by the name of Dick Ayers. You might recognize that name.
Yeah, sure, I do.
Yeah, Dick Ayers. Yeah, he was one of the greatest a great inker. He'd done all the books. And but of course, we're busy reading those comics, but we're not thinking about their pension schemes and things like that.
Right.
And a lot of them, as they got older, they weren't the most financially comfortable. So it's called ACTA. The organization is called ACTA. And
you want to tell us what that stands for?
I can't remember what it stands for anymore.
Okay.
It's such a long time ago.
Okay.
You're trying to put me on the spot.
Sorry. We should have rehearsed this. Jerry, I don't know how I can help you, with introducing some of the stuff that you drew. I mean, do you want to talk about how you translated the script that I wrote to the issues 5 and 6, or what do you want to talk about? I mean, in relation to your drawing. I mean, I think that's what people are interested in hearing about, the creation of the art, that aspect of it.
Okay, well, tell you what, hold on. Let me go to my desktop. I'm going to open Supercross number 5, yeah?
Right.
Let me get this. I think Supercross ThunderZone. PDF. Is this the correct one? Yeah. Okay, let me open this. I'm going to put this on screen. Right, so this is Supercross number 5.
Nice.
Now,
yeah.
Okay, now the way we worked, for those of you out there watching, hold on a second. We've got a regular here. It's Houston, Texas Dave. Hi Dave, thanks for tuning in again. It's a bit of a draw on here, but more of a launch of the book and an interview. Something that we did in the book was we always had flashbacks and roll calls. Now, that's something that you see very common. You remember old Legion of Superhero comics?
Yep.
They would have a roll call.
I love that. I love the roll call.
I really love that as well.
One of the reasons is I couldn't always afford to buy every issue. In fact, most of the time you'd buy an issue and then the next one you buy when you have enough money as a kid, it's going to be 10 months later, and then you need some reminder of what's been happening, so.
Yes. So you see here on the left, there was always a roll call in every issue.
Nice.
And at the bottom here, can you see bottom left, it says Singlish to English.
Yep.
Yeah. And I explained to a lot of our friends in America that there's a certain kind of English that's spoken in Singapore that's referred to as Singlish. And throughout the book, to keep it authentic, Singapore slang and D. Tomasi, who are locals. I mean, the story is set in Singapore. The other three heroes are American, but some of the things that they say are Singlish. So there's always a little glossary at the front of each of the 6 comics that gives like a basic translation of what that was. And Su Meng, of all the writers, your Singlish was probably the most interesting.
Okay.
You made a joke about the name of the razors because of the Mandarin pronunciation of their names.
Right.
As opposed to the Hokkien pronunciation.
Right.
Right. That was very deep. That was very cool. That was.
No, the thing is, in Mandarin, the names sound like super cool, but then when you translate it into one of the local dialects, Hokkien, then they have secondary meanings which are not so cool. So that aspect of it made it fun, and a Singaporean would get it. But I love that you put in the glossary to explain it to other readers. So that was nice. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very cool. And something else that I did with all of the comics was I always put flashbacks. So, this is number 5. But if you didn't buy number 1 to 4, you could still catch up from the flashbacks that you see on the right here. These are 2 double-page spreads. Unfortunately, this PDF browser is giving me 2 spreads at once. Right.
Okay.
So the comic would open with 2 spreads. Then there's a pinup page on the left, and this was the first page of the comic. And we had you described the Singapore cityscape, and she looks out over it. No, the skyline's a bit different to that now. My goodness.
Yep.
Right?
But always changing in Singapore.
Yes. But she's in
Jerry. Can you tell us, so this one issue, let's say Supercross number 5, how long did it take you to draw that?
Okay, on average, I try to match what the Americans do, which is 1 page a day.
Okay.
In terms of penciling. But when you add up the inking and the coloring, etc., I do it as a conveyor belt. I pencil, I pass it to the inker, and the colorist as another page comes back. So all in all, this took about 50 days.
Okay.
To complete from start to finish.
Okay. My wife was asking, for the lettering. I mean, in the old days, of course, lettering was always done by hand. So how did you do the lettering for this? I mean, of course, it's not done that way anymore. I mean, how did you get this done, the lettering?
I use Clip Studio Paint on these later comics. Because it's totally designed for this. It's so quick. I mean, I could just show you very, very quickly if I can, because I'm using it here, yeah?
All right.
No, it's quite funny. My program keeps doing things to fool me. Okay, so here, you see balloons, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can see my balloons here. Right, so what you do with Clip Studio Paint is you just drag it and the balloon appears.
Right.
Okay, now what's really good about this is if you're working with Microsoft Word and you've got your script in a program like that, you've done all the spell checking, you've done all your grammar, so you know that what you've typed is correct. So you go to that word processing program, you cut, and you would paste. And you see it's automatically justified center.
Right.
Yeah? Sorry, not center, you have to center it, but it automatically goes into the balloon. So when you do this, for example, as you move the balloon, the words move with you. Yeah, and it's very, very, very fast.
Okay, nice.
Super quick in terms of lettering. But before that, digitally, you've probably heard of software like Illustrator and InDesign. Yes,
Right.
software like that was very popular. But the Clip Studio Paint is completely different, totally different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 50 days, you said, right, to produce a comic like that, and that included your penciling, the inking, and the colorists doing their work, and of course the lettering didn't take any time at all, pretty much, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And the lettering
Nice.
is the last stage.
Okay.
Okay. And I remember it was set in Orchard Road. So this is, you see Marriott here. Yeah, at the top left.
Yeah, for everyone, Orchard Road's the big shopping street in Singapore. It would be like, you know, the Magnificent Mile in Chicago, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes. And then there's Orchard Gateway. This swinging past it. That's another landmark in Orchard Road. Yeah. And then they touched down by the Ion. You see here, over here on the right. So they're fighting, what's that, Scott's Road, right? That's where they're fighting there.
Right.
Yeah. There's, if you come to Singapore, you'll recognize these places. It's funny, I was walking around there taking photographs of the different places, etc. It was great fun. Then this is East Coast. This is set in Mayor Road.
Right.
That's my favorite part of Singapore, East Coast. It's like California to me. That's like my California or my Florida.
Okay.
I do like the East. And the last shot, you know, the bad guys are coming down outside of the condominium.
Oh, great work on this, by the way. You know, I really love this. You know, so looking at the comic book, I think it's really excellent. The page on the right that you see, really love that.
Yes. You know, when I was doing this book before, I was just going through it rudimentary. But when I got to number 5 and number 6, it was after a bit of a small break. And you could see that some of the drawing in the later pages of number 5 and number 6, the standard of the art is definitely better.
Okay.
But, you know, I didn't put much blacks in this whole book. Like, only the heroes have no spotting. They have no large blacks, only the bad guys. But if I had the book to do again, I would have put blacks throughout the whole thing and hatching.
Okay.
Okay, actually, I've got another artist here lurking. He said he wants to come in and draw. I did a show with him this morning. But let me just send him the link. And ladies and gentlemen, it's almost 11 o'clock out here, so I'm keeping Sung Meng out of his bed. But as long as he can stay up.
Jerry, you know, bring on your artist. It's been great. Thank you so much for having me. I'll step away. Thanks so much for introducing me and, you know, Supercross 5 and 6 and my part in it. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, nice to be here. Thanks so much.
No problem, man. Thanks for dropping by, yeah? I'm looking for this link. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Copy. Now, where's Raul? Okay, there we are. Okay, Raul, I've just sent you the link.
And I'm going to leave the studio now, Jerry.
Okay, thanks for dropping by, Sumin.
Okay, yeah, have a great rest of this session and part 2 later as well. All the best.
Cheers.
Thanks again.
Thanks. Right. So we're just waiting to see if Raul comes in. Meanwhile, I will go back to the exercise here. So you can see, while talking to Sung Min, I've put in the construction as directed in the book. So of course, I don't actually need to do this, so to speak, but I'm doing it to show you how the book is to help you construct these different characters. So we got this. We started with the skeleton. Then we fleshed out We put in the trajectories. Now we're going to go for the detail. And you can see here, I color coordinate my layers. Dimensions are in purple. Center lines are in light blue. This is called, what do I call this? I call this digital etiquette. Artists have a terrible habit of racing off and not labeling things. Terrible. Okay, good. So now we get to detail. So let's first of all look at, I zoom in. And look at the eyes. We go to the dimensions, yeah? And we're going to divide this center line here. That's where the nose falls. And the eye falls just inside. And the other eye is almost on the edge. As it goes away from us, it gets smaller. Something that I want you to take note of as well is the chin. Okay, the chin has to be set back. Sorry. The trajectory on the neck has to be behind the chin because of the slight rotation in the head. I just want to fix that. And in turn, my head shape, remember I said to keep those pencils light. Keep those pencils light. In case we have to fix something, I'm just going to bring that chin over. That's better. Good. You got the detail. Is Raoul coming? Maybe he's bluffing me. Okay, so let's see. Let's look first at the head shape, shall we? Now we can see here, we've got the hairline falls on this. Falls on the corner of the head here. So let's put in the hairline. And you can see I've drawn beyond the subject. I've given his face a little bit more volume on top of the skeleton. So we've got the eyes just above the center line. So we can average them about here. The other one is just within there. Now remember, as you draw eyes from a certain trajectory or angle, they kind of change shape. And the eyebrow will come up the side. And just put one stick in first to designate the eyebrow. And one the other side. And you've got very strong features, yeah? So you've got the eye socket, comes in here, and it goes up to the brow. Got a high cheekbone. We're slightly beyond the periphery of the skull that we sculpted. Cheek coming down. Now we did something that's called drawing through the object, because we see his chin, but he has a beard. So the nose, of course, has to be offset, comes in the center. Sorry, I need to zoom in more so you can see one. I'm guilty of that. I keep doing these streams, and I don't zoom in enough. Naughty boy. Sometimes the art style evolves, right? And I've been kind of affected by a lot of manga and that kind of stuff. As I zoomed in, I realized that I just drew these eyes smaller than the original. Sorry, bigger. Oh dear. Got a strong nose. It comes down. Let me see the frame of the other nose outside. Remember to keep those pencils light. Raoul, where are you? You asked to come in and you stood me up. God damn. Now his bottom lip is on that contour. That puts his center lip about here. Remember, drawing is all about judging distances. The distances is what deciphers a shape. Good. Now we choose through the object, we get the center of the chin, and we start to put in the shape of the beard. Goes around here, goes up the side here, and here. If you buy the book, How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone, you will see the original piece of promotional art that this drawing was done for. It was actually done for Big House Blues. This is Officer Alloy. He's a character created by Dan Sen. And he's a corrections officer in a prison for superpowered villains. So the beard comes around, you choose to the object, and the beard now comes off of the chin. So let me broaden that slightly. Good, and we take the moustache up. Nice. So let's just make this eyebrow a little bit thicker now. And on the other side, comes up. So you'll notice that with most heroes, a textbook look, you could say, of strong male characters. The eyebrows are quite close to the eye. It's just one of those things that you'll notice in Hollywood. That's like that. And put the eyeballs in here, looking this way. And he has quite a solemn expression. Officer Alloy does not mess about. A great character, actually. I really like Big House Blues. That's where he comes from. So we look at his hair, his hairstyle, and quite often you'll find that hair frames the eyebrow. So it's going to come down here somewhere. We can see the hair turns the corner on the edge of the head, then it comes down to meet the hair at the side of the head. Now, Officer Alloy has a very strong what's happened there? Have I deleted my freshen up? Good Lord, hang on. I think I've deleted my freshen up. I'm going to try and step back and see if I can bring it back. I've removed something from the drawing. Hang on. Yeah, I deleted that layer by mistake. Goodness. Hang on, let me see if I can go back. Try and step back. I'm going back. Somewhere along the line, I pressed delete. And I didn't even notice. What an absolute moron. Okay, hang on. I copied that. Right. I'm going to need to flesh out again. What the? How embarrassing is that? Okay, I've got that. Let me flesh out again. I didn't even see how I did that. Good Lord. Good Lord, boy. Hang on, let me check on Raoul. I did. Okay, hang on a second. Send link again. How could you lose a link? You've got the same. What? I tell you. Send link again. Hang on. This Raul is a right menace. I got. Let me send it again. Okay, I'm gonna send it. I'm sending it again. So I've missed a few messages here. It looks like I'm too busy deleting. I'm too busy deleting layers that I shouldn't be deleting. I'm just sending it to Raul. There he is. And what else we got here? Glaze Hoaxy says, AI viewers on stream. That's spam! Get out of here. Congratulations on the book launch. Awesome. That's Ramona Hinds. I wonder who that is. Just kidding, that's my wife. Thank you very much, darling. Thank you very much. Who's this? Love your stream. I'd like to join when you go live. Faith. Okay, Faith, by all means, I will put add me on DC Faith Zones. Hang on, let me add Raul to the stage. Raul, can you hear me? Are you there, sir? Are you there,
Hello?
sir?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Good, good. Yes, I can hear you.
Raul is back.
Yeah. I shared
Okay,
the
Raul.
the screen for Clip Studio. You got to select it.
Okay, when I click on my screen, the Clip Studio comes up, but Faith, I've never met Faith before. The love your stream. I'd like to join when you go live. By all means, says add me on DC Faith Zones. Do you know what that is? I'm a bit of a boomer. I ain't got a clue what that means.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, Faith, are you part of the Madness Entertainment group? If I put it in the Madness group, hang on. Let me go to the
Oh,
Madness group.
mute off.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Madness Reloaded. And Faith, I'm putting it in the Madness Messenger group. Okay, I've never met Faith before. So Raul, what say you, Miss You?
Yes, I'm here, sir. I'm here. I need to practice some of the drawings. I'll have the book. It's great. So I wanted to try to do it.
Choose any exercise. Okay, hang on. Let me remove myself from the stage to give you.
I don't think I shared it properly.
Yeah, I could. Okay, I've got a motif on the screen. Can you see that?
Share the screen. I'm trying to look for Clip Studio. Clip Studio, allow system audio. Okay.
Okay.
So I just shared it.
Yeah, can you see it on the screen? Okay, sorry. Hang on. Oh, add to stage. Okay.
Is that it,
Oh,
me?
so you're gonna do that's Delahan.
Is that
so
me,
Raul.
brother? Is that me?
Yeah, that is Delahan. That's very similar to the exercise that I'm doing. All right, yeah, you do
All right.
Delahan then.
Oh, hope I didn't lose Clip Studio. There it is. Okay, good.
Delahan from the squad. All right.
Let's try this. This is not that easy
Nah.
for me.
But yeah, the problem with this is we can only share one screen at a time. But no, you keep going for now. I have to flesh out my character again because I deleted a layer and didn't even know that I did. What a moron. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you just tuned in and you don't know who Raul is, you might not know who I am. But we were here earlier today, and I'm going to give you a brief recap of what we did in our show called Late Night Art Attack. Here's a preview of what we did early this morning.
Previously on Late Night Art Attack.
Share.
There was nothing really.
Window.
It's not your applause.
Oh no. I keep trying to share.
Okay.
Share.
You should still be there.
Window with audio.
Yeah, it seems to be gone. Oh yeah, there it's back. Let me add it back.
Yes.
Yep, there you are. Okay.
So, trying to understand this.
I just deleted a layer. Total moron.
He deleted the layer.
Yeah. My fleshing out layer is completely gone.
What? How could that have happened
ridiculous.
to you?
I was busy talking away, and what a white monkey. Jesus.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna leave it like that. It should be good now.
Sorry, I forgot the music. Will you please turn that up?
Trying to figure this out.
Hiding.
There you go. Oh no. Let's see if I'm still on the screen.
Yeah, you're still on the screen.
Yes. Everything's good. Everything looks good. Okay, good. Let me get to my drawing. You should be.
Was Zacho explained earlier that the software that he's using, you can share multiple screens, but this one you can't do it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I can't share my screen while we're looking at yours. But the other one, and the other one that he's using, I pay for a subscription, don't use it.
All right.
Yeah, it's called Streamlabs, I think.
Is it Streamlabs?
Streamlabs is the one I subscribe to. It's a lot more complex, but it is pretty powerful.
Okay, so do you use the pencil?
I skip to the pencil because it looks very pencil-like.
Oh, okay.
That, or I use, I like the pen. A second, what's it called again? God, I'm really becoming Joe Biden. I keep forgetting everything. Mapping pen. That's my favorite pen to sketch and ink with.
Oh, this pencil still feels pretty smooth. I like it. I never used it before. Yeah, the clip steel.
Well, it looks like a pencil. Yeah, it's really good.
This is really smooth. Okay.
Yeah, good, right?
Yeah. I'm not kidding you. It has a smooth. It feels like a pencil.
That's right.
I was trying to sketch with inking pen before, but okay. So, do you have these on separate layers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, I was in the house, man.
I don't know. I guess I erased the layers. I'm trying. I like the colors you're using. Let's see. Let's pick some of these good colors. They're not pen. There you go. Wow. It's a lot going on here. It's good though. It helps with the positioning of the face I'm seeing.
Right.
That's interesting. It helps. Pencil. Okay.
Pencil.
Do you enjoy feathering? Instead of doing one. Okay. Why do you do that? Why do you feather and not do one continuous line?
Because crafting a shape.
Oh, right.
Yeah, if you can get the shape of something correct with one stroke, then of course you can do that. But I found that generally speaking, if a person's trying to build the shape of something up, to do it with one continuous stroke, that's not easy.
Oh, so that's what it is. You're crafting the shape.
Yeah.
Ah, excellent. That's good to know that. So you want to craft the shape. Even though it takes longer, though, because you can just do one line, but...
But if you're gifted with that level of accuracy, there's nothing stopping you from doing it with one stroke. But the majority of people...
Right.
You know, if you look at people are drawing, right, you know, they're kind of like stroking and they're building up the shape.
Yeah.
Most people can't do it in one stroke.
Okay. So then when I first started, I used to do that. Then I don't know, I just got more used to it.
Yeah.
Huh.
You're a bit unique. Most people can't do that. I see a lot of people trying it, but their drawings are very inaccurate.
Right. Wow. Okay, let's see here. Got a little bit of yellow here. Let's see. Huh. Why the different colors, though?
It's mainly just for the instructional, for my notes.
For your notes.
You know, it's sort of drawing for yourself. I wouldn't say
really?
it's necessary.
Okay.
That's my syllabus and the students.
So these are construction lines.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just a code that I've developed over the years.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must mean something. I was trying to figure out what the colors meant. Well, I mean, it does, when you do the colors, certain colors will pop out, certain colors will recede. If you're trying to make the planes appear to be exceeding, and yeah, that's interesting.
The first people that I saw doing that were the Japanese with their manga.
Really?
Yeah, their instructional books had more than just the light blue pencil that I was used to seeing. They used a variety of colors.
Yeah, I've only seen light blue. I've never seen any of these other colors. So they use different colors. Oh.
Yes. I'm not sure if anyone out there watching can correct me. I think some of this comes from animation.
Oh, okay. From animation.
I think it's a part of animation. The other hand, Isaac, I've got a couple of comments here. What's going on?
Somebody said, "What's going on?" This looks
Yeah, I'm not sure what DC Faith Zones is. Faith is asked again. If you're sure, I'd like to join when you go live. So I've just put the link in the Madness chat group, but maybe Faith is not part of that group.
Mm-hmm.
With these biceps, all the muscles have got to be bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just had a friend that just joined me from Singapore, Soon Ming.
Oh, great.
Yeah, he's a very good writer.
Oh, I thought he drew those pages. Okay, yeah. He's a writer.
Yeah, he's a writer. The black and white comic, that was drawn by another guy called Zaki.
Zaki. Okay. Huh. Okay, so we got construction lines here. This is kind of fun. Oh, I see. Because if you don't have these construction lines, you're not going to have the right proportions and all that. So it helps. So, sometimes my drawings will look really off. Oh,
right.
Okay. I see now. I see what the reasoning.
Yes. Because a lot of my students are very young. And you don't draw on superheroes, right? What we draw is a bit complex, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you don't have this much detail, they can easily get lost.
And I guess a lot of the young ones, a lot of the young people, older artists too, they just start with the detail.
Yeah. That's natural, man. We all do that. But yeah, but getting an idea, especially the storytelling, knowing where everything is and planning out stuff, definitely does help.
Okay, let's see. Make sure my screen is still there. On my layers. Okay.
Okay, your screen is gone at the moment.
It's gone.
I'll put mine up for a while. See if you can locate your screen again.
Is it back? Has it disappeared?
It's disappeared.
Wow. Okay. Somehow it stopped sharing. Okay, let's try again. Share window. Oh, good audio. All right. Should be back there somewhere.
Got it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, mine's still there.
It's back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I've just sketched out my office alloy.
Hmm.
Now I'm looking at the shape of the head to make sure it's accurate enough. I think I can take the back of the head. Sorry, this part of the head back a bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, looks like another pencil. Pencil man. It's here over here. Oh yeah.
Keep those pencils light.
Light. I gotta learn that. I gotta learn it. Why light and why not heavy? Like, wasn't Zaffo saying he pressed it down hard?
Yeah, man. Zaffo was brutal with that pencil.
Must break a lot of points.
Well, it's fine if you're, I suppose, quite experienced in, like, you know what you're doing. But, when you've got kids drawing things that are very inaccurate, it's a bit of a nightmare.
I see. And when it's a real pencil, and then
man.
you have to erase it.
Erase it. Nah, they destroy the paper.
Oh, that's why. Right.
Yeah.
So you don't have to keep it that light in digital then.
Yeah, of course, in digital, we don't really have to do that. But, you got to practice. You got to practice what you preach to some degree. You know what I mean?
Ah, right.
Okay. Good.
This is kind of fun though. With this exercise. Yeah, Zaffo was talking about he had to up his game. He should get the book. It's start practicing. You'll up your game real quick. There you go. You get really good overnight with Jerome's book.
Zafo's quite experienced, though. I mean, maybe he doesn't need my book.
Ah, okay. I still like it. Huh.
That's better. Okay, so what I'm going to do now. Okay, I've got a basic sketch done.
Mm-hmm.
So then the idea in the book is to then go to a next chapter where there's rendering. Whoops, I forgot the badge. Actually, how long have I got? I started at, hey, it's still got 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's good. That's why I was trying to come in for the other part.
Yeah, man, thanks for coming in, man. I didn't know you was around, man. God damn.
Look at that crest.
I was lurking. I was lurking, man.
Oh, to shape out the piece. But then if you ink it, you can't. You don't do that with inking, right? You don't try to shape out the piece with inking.
Nah, that's got to be definitive. By that time, you know exactly what it is that you're drawing.
Oh, good. I need to understand that.
Unless you're a very organic kind of inker, when you ink, things are not like so precise. They're a bit more organic. There's some inkers who ink like that.
So this is to shape out anything, and then the inking.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Like the way how you draw your late night art attack stuff. I'm still not sure how you do that.
I do though. Yeah.
You got it planned out, and you're not sketching anything. You're just going in with a definitive line.
Yeah, I like that.
And there's no sketching involved.
No, I have a sketch that I use. Where I layer it down,
Yeah.
basic. I just want to understand. I didn't understand this is carving out the shapes. I didn't know that. I've been doing it for so long that I do a lot where I just put the detail in. Still learning.
Right.
So then I got to understand that change. So you carve out the shapes by feathering. I never knew that. I thought it was just a certain way people drew. Like they wanted to feather. They wanted to have a feather look. Just to carve out the shapes.
Yeah, it's basically the lighting, isn't it? Really, that's all it is. It's just basically the lighting.
The lighting.
Mm.
That's amazing. I never knew this. Because what I would have done is, instead of feathering, I would have done, traditional hard line sketch, like really light, like scribbly.
Right.
The Marvel way. The Marvel way was all scribbles.
Okay.
It didn't specifically mention that feathering was to carve out the shapes. I was not told that.
You mean at the sketch phase, or in the inking? At the inking?
No. I inked a lot, so when I would go to sketch, I would just sketch without feathering. I would do a continuous line.
All right.
And then I would just try to keep it light, and then I would just scribble. Not feather, I would scribble. I would scribble these masses, these lines, but they would not be constructed, they would just be gestures. But I wasn't feathering at that time. Wow.
All right, I see.
I never knew that. That helps. I'm definitely gonna have to try to come on this show more and get some more tips from you, because I did not know that. That's right.
Definitely, if you can draw something accurately without kind of like sketching. That's amazing.
Yeah, I like a lot of technical drawing, a lot of technical stuff, and a lot of it doesn't involve sketching. It's just, a lot of robots. I like a lot of cities, guns, all that. And there's no sketching there's no feathering involved. There's just continuous lines. And I was trying to do the point where I wouldn't use a ruler. I would just try to figure out how to do it. Have you ever seen those people that draw landscapes and cities? I know that I don't know if they have a mental problem. They're artistic or something, but they're able to reproduce it. But they don't do it with a ruler. They just kind of, just draw it.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that before. So, I would take inspiration by abstract things like that. Also, that's interesting. He's not using a ruler. All right, so this is to carve out the shapes. Oh, what's a question for you? If we're using it to carve out the shapes, can we use that in regards to a pose, like a dynamic pose? Like maybe we feather it and then carve out a pose. It doesn't work, erase it. That's interesting. Maybe that's why do you
Yeah.
think it would loosen me up? Feathering? Because I just do a continuous line and then,
That's amazing. Yeah, but definitely.
I did not know that.
Zaffa was talking about something very similar when we were
You're
backstage.
right. You're right. I found myself getting in that stiff point as well. I'm not feathering anything. I'm just doing like a continuous line. I'm not carving out shapes. I gotta remember to carve out shapes.
Yeah. Okay, we've got a few viewers here, so I'm just going to explain something. So you can see in the book, right? You can see on this page here, I followed the exercises in the space provided, and later in the book, you will get to this page, which then directs you back to page 13. So you will go back to page 13, which is here, and then you can practice putting this on here. What I suggest you do is you take your hand phone, you snap this image, you go back to your original, and then you see what's here, and you start to apply it to your sketch that you would have started when you first got the book.
Oh, okay.
So now you're building it up. So now I call this layer rendering.
Not that level yet. So when you did those lines, those clean lines, did you draw that on top of all the contour lines and skeletons? Or did you did you adjust the opacity on those lines when you go to draw?
Yes. So when I started this stream earlier, I did my skeleton. Then I showed the dimensions on the face. I found the center line. I fleshed out. So I fleshed out, then found the center line. Then I showed the trajectories so I could show that I knew what I was doing.
Okay.
Then the detail on top.
Okay, the detail on top. When you drew the detail on top, were the trajectories, the opacity lowered to be able to draw the details, or did you leave the same opacity?
I often make them lighter. Or switch them off totally. Yeah. I might do something like that. Or switch them off totally. Just the fleshing out is what you need at that point. Right here.
Oh, switch them out totally because you've already done the contour to it. Okay. Oof. Trying to get the hang of it. Trying to get the hang of it. Okay. All right. So
when I've got all that rendering in, I can switch off all this stuff. And now I'm going to render on top. Get my pencil. I'll put my stabilization up for this.
What pencil are you using for rendering?
I like Real Pencil. It's called Real Pencil.
It's called Real Pencil for rendering?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. You can see up here in my pencil palette.
Look here. Okay. Yeah, Real Pencil.
Yeah. That's my favorite pencil.
Oh, interesting. Right. So I'm at that point. I'm at the point where I have that, I have the light detail there, but I want to render it now. Okay, so I'm at that point now. Okay. So using the Real Pencil to do that.
Yeah. But that's the same one that I actually sketched with. I'll just make it a bit thicker.
A bit thicker?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll just make it a bit thicker.
Oh, but now you're no longer feathering this. Now you're not carving out any shapes. So this is, you have the same pencil, but have you increased the stability? Or
I've increased the stability and the thickness of it.
And the thickness.
Yeah, I want quite a bold inking on this, what I'm doing at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. I'm going to try to find mine. I mean, it says pencil. Mine says pencil, but...
Experiment with the pencils, right? Because
Really?
You might prefer a different pencil to me. Like when it comes to inking, yeah, I like to use the inking tool called mapping pen. But my daughter and most of my students, they prefer the G pen. It's called Real G pen.
Oh.
They have different properties, and depending on your style, any of them you might prefer.
Okay.
But they're cool to experiment with. They're very interesting.
All right, let's see here. No, I'm not using that one.
We got a comment here.
Comments.
Hey, it's Kerry. Hey, what's that, Kerry? Thank you for joining in.
Kerry in the house.
Kerry in the house. Actually, that reminds me. I better run the trailer, or Kerry's gonna be on my case. Okay, for those of you out there who's tuned in, thank you so much. We're here launching How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone by yours truly. And I'm just going to run the trailer so you know a bit more about what it is that we're launching here. Me and Raul are actually doing a couple of exercises from the book. We hope you can join us. But I'm going to run the trailer and we'll see you back here in a moment. Yes.
Paying tribute and great homage to the United States of America on its esteemed 250th birthday comes How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone Activity Book, a 188-page activity book that launches on July 4th, 2026. Written and illustrated by Jerome Judge Hinds, president of the Association of Comic Artists Singapore. Comes the ultimate tribute to the birthplace that brought to the world the splendor of superheroes and comic books. Jerome is a creator and senior editor at USA-based ThunderZone Comics, and in the book, he shares with you the knowledge and methodologies of his work from over the past 8 years, all neatly wrapped up in a 10-chapter step-by-step tutorial. He covers full-length character construction, studies in hands and feet, secrets in foreshortening with props and weapons wielding, plus penciling techniques, inking, digital coloring, and even comic book cover layouts. It's all here and available in both soft or hardcover. And if you really can't wait to get your hands on the physical thing, there's always the digital guidebook edition available for pre-order now. How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone Activity Book, with Jerome Judge Hinds launching Independence Day 2026. Exclusively available from Amazon.com and launched streaming live only on Madness Entertainment Group.
Okay, Kerry, was that blatant enough for you? Okay, let's check in on Raul. I remove myself. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, cool, man.
It's not similar, but hey, it's fun. I'm trying it out.
And that drawing that you're doing, right, is not one of the easiest, you know. That's quite difficult.
Oh, okay. I was just choosing it to do it.
Yeah.
That's a good process.
It's not so straightforward. Hang on a second, I forgot my music again. Are you playing? You got your speakers playing, right? You haven't got your you're not using earphones, right?
I think I'm using the headset.
You're using a headset?
I think so. What happened?
Because I can hear the music slightly echoing.
Oh.
I mean, it's no big deal.
I see. I think. Let me start sharing. Oh.
It's no problem. Hey, that music sounds like a different mix.
That just happened here. Oh, I see what happened. There it is. I think the one I'm sharing. Let me mute that. Do you still hear the echo?
I think it's gone now.
It's gone, right? Okay, good. I was sharing the audio to the image in Clip Studio with my microphone.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It sounded quite cool, actually.
There you go.
It was like a different mix.
Yeah. Now there's no echo.
Have you been following the World Cup?
What is it?
Have you been following the World Cup?
The World Cup?
The World Cup.
The World Cup. Yeah,
Soccer.
yeah. Ecuador actually beat Germany.
Yes.
Can you believe that? That's a great team. I think they beat them 2-0, maybe. I think. I don't know, but they beat them. So Ecuador did pretty good.
Yeah, man.
They're not in it anymore, but what about you? England? Are they still?
Yeah, England's still there.
Oh, good.
Just about. And today, there's a team from Africa called Cabo Verde, and very small country. They've never been to the World Cup before, and they nearly beat Argentina, who are the champions.
Oh,
it was a great game, man. They played really well.
The Mexicans destroyed Ecuador. They did 2-0, I think. They really know how to play.
Yeah, all those guys play in Europe, you see. So the gap between the teams is not so big anymore.
Yeah, no. Who do you think is going to win? Because Trump's got to hand the trophy to somebody.
Jesus, man. Okay, I think Argentina's going to win. Last time it was Argentina versus France. I think the final is going to be the same again. And it's so difficult. I want England to win. Okay, I want England to win.
Yeah.
But I think Argentina might win it again. But if anyone beats them, it's going to be France. In my opinion. Okay, I finished my exercise. Whoops. God, I'm getting hungry. Dang.
Lunchtime for Jerome with dinner. I don't know what's going on over there.
I think Terry said message. I'm sat down for the shock of you shitting, Jerome, but more shocking, Raul is behaving.
What do you mean I'm behaving?
Raul, the naughty boy. Dear. Okay, so now on a separate layer, I'm going to put in my spotting.
Right, let's see where trying to find the book. So I look at the spotting.
Okay, so this fine detail, I'm going to switch off the stabilization so I can get behind here and scribble. I remember when I was a kid, right? I was drawing superheroes. There was a whole drawing Captain America and Tony Stark and Peter Parker. Their hair textures weren't the same as mine. But then I saw Luke Cage Power Man.
Good.
Right? And the way his hair was rendered was through stippling.
Wow, a little dot technique. Yeah.
Yeah, dot technique. I thought, hey, that's cool. That looks like my hair.
Well, I mean, he might have been using a sponge. I don't know. He might have took a sponge, just dipped it in ink, the sponge,
Possibly.
and then he might have even He might have even cut pieces of the sponge off, glued it to the artboard, and then dyed it ink. And you couldn't even tell.
Yeah. If I'm honest, the first person I saw draw black hair was John Lemaitre Sr. He used to draw Robbie Robertson, who was the editor-in-chief, who was the assistant editor for the Daily Bugle.
Oh.
Yeah?
I didn't know that. Trying to get into the...
funny, right? Sorry, you know what I can tell here? When I drew the original to this Officer Alloy,
yeah,
I didn't have Clip Studio paint yet.
No.
I can tell I've inked. Yeah, this has been inked with Photoshop.
Photoshop?
Yeah, I can tell. It looks different.
Oh no, sir, that's too difficult. All right,
I mean, Photoshop can ink. It's just that Clip Studio is better.
Trying to find the rendering of that flaming skeleton head.
Yeah, that's in a later page. Hang on.
I found him.
Page 100, 106, 107?
I think so. There's
somewhere around there.
It's fully inked though. Is that rendering as well? Or it's fully inked.
Right. See, it might have been penciled before, or it might have gone straight to inks, but the inks can still tell you how to render the pencils.
Ah, good. I'm gonna get that clip then. D. Lahan has a metal skull. It's particularly complex. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just like a regular skeleton.
Delahan, man. He's Irish.
Delahan. Delahan. He's Irish. I didn't know that. That's a really cool character.
Yeah. It's from Nigel
Delahan. Ah. Okay,
good comic, actually.
And what's the name of the comic?
The Squad.
The Squad.
The
Squad.
Squad.
I like this whole Irish. Huh.
Yeah, all Irish characters.
Oh, so if it's a movie, they're talking all Irish. I think, at least.
Yeah, like Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like that.
Yeah, they be talking like that.
Okay. All right, let me see if I can lower this. Layer, merge with layer below. Merge with layer below. Okay.
He says something here. Wow, you know what I mean. Dale, I won't come after what you did. Who's that then? Someone called Dale?
That's right. Wow, good memory.
What the hell?
I know this. Who's okay? It was. She was there. I can't believe this. It was. What is it? Omer? I think it was Omer's show. Maybe. I think. Yeah. And then Omer Glitch, and then he's got his own show, and then Dale was on there. And I hadn't seen Dale in a long time. I mean, he used to be one of the regulars, and I was like, hey. So I drew him as the Predator. And he was like,
all right.
Come on, I already did that to Jerome and Dan too. I drew Jerome and Dan in robot suits and they're fighting zombies. Jerome didn't mind that. They didn't mind any of that. But Dale was like, no. He stopped showing his camera on the screen. I was like, I didn't know it was gonna happen. I drew Omar the other night on his show, and he didn't complain. It's all for laughs.
I see.
It's a very jokester crowd. So I thought it'd be funny to draw him as a Predator. I gave him the dreadlocks and everything. Oh, amazing. Let's see, lasso. Uh-oh. Mine's not looking like yours. This is
It's
really
not easy to
good.
copy pictures, you know.
That's true. That's true. A good learning process here. Carrie, you should jump on and draw. Doesn't she draw?
Yeah, Kerry does some good stuff, man.
That's what I heard.
She sent a few bits to me and Dan.
Mhm.
Yeah, she done a really nice image of the lady from Guys with Powers. What's her name again? Oh dear, my memory. I'm such a Joe Biden, you know. Jesus.
Joe Biden was issued something.
The lady, the name of the character, not FaZe. There. FaZe is the guy that you drew.
Oh
And I
yeah,
drew
the
as
guy with the
well.
beard is awesome. He's a time traveler. All right, let me see here. Okay. So, who's this one? I have to get rid of that panel. Solve. All right, so it's everything. Oh no. Oh no, you gotta remember what panel everything is on. I'm gonna have to try to go more detail on it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright,
Kerry
let's try
said,
to
Electric Girl. Is it Electric Girl? It's something like that.
the electric boogaloo.
Electric Boogie.
All right, I got my my thingamabob. All right, let me see. Let me see here. I like Clip Studio though. It's good. It's good.
It's very good.
Alright,
Okay. I'm gonna share my studio. My
okay. My rendering is crazy. Oh, let me try to get to another screen here. Share another screen. Wow, it's crazy rendering.
The chapter on rendering talks about keeping the pencil in one direction.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you pencil on paper, the neater your rendering, the nicer the actual penciling looks.
Huh. Okay, let me get this. Am I still there? Okay, good. Okay, I'm still there. Let me see if I can open up something else here.
Yeah, at the moment, my screen is in view.
Oh, okay.
If when you're in view, I have to remove my screen and vice versa.
Hmm. All right, let me see.
After this now,
Layers.
if I go to bed, after this, I've got to wake up again at 3 a.m., which is 3 p.m. your time.
That's what I did. I went to sleep.
God damn. If I fall asleep, man, and don't wake up, that's
I
going to
know.
be terrible. God.
That is not good, sir. Not seeing this button here. Well, you know, I'll probably save this one. I'm trying to get this open. Okay. is this? Okay. And
You gotta try and watch that film. And try to watch that movie, Citizen Vigilante.
oh yeah, you gotta text me that. I gotta remember the name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you gonna watch Supergirl?
I don't. I gotta make time. I gotta figure out some time. There's a lot of stuff going on, but let's see here. Still got a few minutes left. Happy 250th.
Yeah, man.
All right.
But you got some problems in America, man. Some of the councils won't celebrate. They celebrate the Somalian independence, right, but not the American ones.
Yeah, I don't get any of that. I don't know why it's like that.
Very odd. They hate America, man. I don't know how people can hate America so much but won't leave the country.
No.
Actually, they just hate Trump. I don't think they hate America. They just hate Trump.
Oh, they just don't like Trump.
Nah. And you know the World Cup. The World Cup's been really successful. Like a lot of Europeans have come out there, and they've fallen in love with America. In Europe, all we get about America is that you guys love your guns and you're really stupid. The mainstream media, that's what they tell us about America. So when they got to America, yeah. So Europeans have come out there thinking you are all horrible, aggressive, you got no culture, they know nothing about the food. So when they get there and they see your portions of food and how friendly you are, it's shock. You go to the internet, you see all these TikTok videos and everything of people going crazy about America. It's basically fake news, you see. They say, well, Trump's a lunatic, everybody's a lunatic, country's not nice. And if you don't know any better, you'll believe it. Of course, they got up there and they discovered that the country is really, really nice. And so are the people.
See, that's
People are shocked, man. There are all these TikTok videos. People can't believe it. And the food, your portions of food are really big.
Oh, that's what I want to know. I didn't know that. So that's how they see us.
Listen, I went to a San Diego con back in 1998. And so, we went to a Pizza Hut. So me and my wife went in there. We ordered 2 pizzas and something small for our daughter. The size of what they brought back, right? We couldn't believe it. One of the portions would have fed all of us.
Wow.
We thought the portions were huge, man.
That's why a lot of people are overweight in the States, right?
Absolutely.
Not overseas. I don't see a lot of that there. Oh,
man, the portions there are brutal.
Yeah, England. Yeah, how does a pizza portion compare to England? That's
I think on average your portions are 3 times the size of the rest of the world.
Oh, okay.
Easily.
That's very interesting.
Mm.
That's why they seem to be bigger.
Yeah, man.
Portions, bigger portions.
I was saying to my wife the other day, right? When you're watching a news report, people are just walking down the street and there's a news correspondent just talking in front of a microphone and people are walking past in the background, yeah? Well, when you're in America, everyone that walks past in the background is overweight.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't see that abroad.
Amazing, man.
That is craziness. The portions are extreme here.
but also very nice though. You know, the pizza that you guys eat and everything, man, is very nice.
Good. Oh yeah, but you're in Singapore now. You're not in England.
Now the portions here, the food here is very nice, but of course the portions are nothing compared to what you have.
Oh, really?
We couldn't finish those portions anyway. I mean, they're too big, man. You have to be used to that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if they have that, but they have a lot of double, triples, and big gulps, big all that, super biggles, super bigs. Everything's big. Everything's huge.
Oh, look who's here. Officer Alloy of Big House Blues in the house. Indeed he is, sir. I'm demonstrating one of the early chapters from the book. And funny enough, very nearby, you will see that Raul is also, hang on. What's going on here?
What happened?
I don't know. But there you are. And Raul, from the early chapter, is one of the bust shots, not a full length. He is doing Della from the squad. Yeah. Man. Oh no. Kerry's back. Maybe they are jealous. They can't camouflage against the pile origins that Trump can with all his fake tan. I see. Trump can peel to everyone. Peel or appeal to everyone? It's a question. Okay, so I've 9 minutes left. Okay, so what I've got here is, you see, I've gone up to the hatching. Hang on a second, I'm talking to myself here. I've got the wrong screen. Idiot. Hang on. Okay, so here's my Officer Alloy. So I did the skeleton. I did the fleshing out. Did the dimensions. Found the center line. And trajectories. Then I put the detail in. Then I rendered my key lines. Then I spotted. I can switch off the construction. Whoops. Why do I stop? I never zoom in properly, do I?
Yeah.
What a monkey. Hang on, let me do that again. I started with the skeleton. Then we did the fleshing out. And we did the dimensions. And we found the center line. Trajectories for good measure.
Trajectories
always. Detail. Trajectories rule. Then the spotting, and we can switch off our construction. So next would come the inking. So I'm going to make this lighter. Another layer, inking. How long have we got left? 7 minutes.
Okay. 7 minutes, I know.
Nigel would like Raul's. Yes, he would. Yes. I'll show it to him. Nigel's the creator.
Nigel?
Yeah, he's from Ireland. He's the creator.
Is he in the chat?
No.
Oh.
Not
what did Nigel say?
Kerry's saying that Nigel would probably like the drawing.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yo, Nigel, wow.
Now, I'm doing something varied here. I'm going to ink different to what the penciler designated.
Oh.
My pencils are angular, but I'm going to ink smoothly. Just to show a variation. And to keep my lines smooth. A smooth operator.
Smooth operator. Jerome Hinds. Yeah, this is the fun sketchbook. I like it.
Oh,
Good.
good.
Any questions? We can just go right to you.
Yeah, man. You can always find me.
The master, Jerome.
Good. Get the color going. Get the contours in.
Mm-hmm.
And thick line for the outer area.
Yeah, man.
I like thick, thin, thick.
I like finished. That's what I like. I like done.
Are you done?
Yeah, mine's good.
Okay. All right. I'll come to have a look.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he has a circle around here. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And you put your own rattle twist to it.
Why not? Why not, right? I had to. Let me see if I can clear it up real quick. All right. Delete something here. Layers. Let's delete this one. Okay. And then let's get this going. I should clear it up real quick. All right. Where is the screen? Oh, there it is. Good. There's the screen. That was fun.
You're still there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to try to ink my main contours.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be good to call it a night from there.
Night
Until
or
later.
day. Call it a night or day.
I think Christian might come on later on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said he'll try to make it if he's around, you know, because he's not sure what the wife might have on, but he'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Will you be around later?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to try.
Oh,
think I
nice
should.
one.
I was like, I better get on there and see what's going on. I couldn't sleep. Nobody could sleep with all the fireworks, right?
Right.
So it is. There's fireworks on the news, everything.
Wonder if Kerry will be back to cause more trouble.
Maybe.
Wow, that looks nice, man.
There we go. Yeah, you gotta build it up a little bit, do some drawings, switch up the style a little bit. It was good coming on. I'm gonna head out real quick.
Okay, man. All right, I think that it should be the same link. If you can come back later, that'd be great to see you, man. Nice one. Raoul in the house, man. Okay, let me add this back to the stage. Okay, I'm just putting the basic inks on this face. So we're going to go for a break between 12 and I'll be back here at 3 p.m. Eastern for a long session, which will also have Super Saturday's draw along, which is at the normal time of 6 o'clock. Here, I'm just making sure I complete the main contours of the face. And the body. Putting the collarbone. And putting the shoulder. Whoops, that's a bit thick. Bring that down a bit. That's better. And put some lighting on the hair. There we go. Put a bit of texture in that hair. So for those of you who joined us, thank you so much. We'll be back again later at 3 p.m. Eastern to carry on our celebration of America's 250th anniversary and the launch of my art book, How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone, of which I'm doing a page from here. And Raul, who just left us, also did a page from. And I'm just going to drop in. Second. Let me put in this, just a few more bits of detail. So that's under the eyes, and let's drop in the blacks on that facial hair. Okay, so there's our basic inking gone in. So let's have a quick recap. Skeleton, flesh out, find the dimensions on the head, find the center of your objects, put in the trajectories. Then we can do our actual sketch. Once we've got our actual sketch, we can switch off our construction. Then we render. That's where we put a definitive penciling. We did some lighting. Maybe I will ink the lighting later, but I'll be ink the main information. And this is the typical page from the book. That's available over at Amazon. And 1 second. There's a few. I've missed a few messages here. God damn. Carrie's back. What's this? Jerome, how do you get Raul to behave? Share the wisdom. I noticed Raul doesn't show his face on camera. Well, one thing is this. I'm a man. Raul probably behaves worse around the ladies. That could have something to do with it. And also, yes, he never shows his face. That's very true. Me, trouble never. I'm sweet and innocent. Is that so? All right, I'll take your word for it, Kerry. I'll take your word for it. Though I remember you complaining about my Goliath package on a family-friendly show as well. Hey, I need to get drawn. Be putting it off because skin tone is so hard. Okay, Kerry. I'm going to do a digital coloring later. If you're around, whether or not you're drawing digitally or traditionally, I think that could still help. I'm going to be doing a girl named Mist, my character. And I'm going to be talking about her skin tones. So if you can come back later, maybe that can help. Size of his ear would make Dumbo jealous. Are you referring to my character's ears? There's nothing wrong with his ears now. All right, I'll take a look at that. Maybe it's a bit big. I think you should do traditional for next show. I'd have to point my camera at the canvas. Okay, if I can set that up, Kerry, I will. I'll see if I can do that. Okay, right, we're just about at the end of this first session. So I'm going to run my trailer again, and hopefully I can see you all back here at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's that is actually 3 hours from now. I'm going to be back with part 2. It's going to be a marathon session. It's 3 to 7:30 Eastern. And from 6 to 7:30 will be the normal draw along, but it's all got the theme of my art book. And before that, we're going to have some guests come along, some writers and an artist. An ex-intern of mine will be here drawing some stuff, and it should be great fun. So I'm going to run some trailers here. I'll see you all back here at 3 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
Super Saturday's Draw Along welcomes you to How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone July, a double celebration of America's 250th anniversary, and the launch of Jerome Judge Hinds' new book, How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone. Launching on the first weekend. Every week we'll have Judge inviting viewers to join in selected fun exercises, taken directly from the activity book, How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone. Only from Amazon.com, and streaming exclusively via Madness Entertainment Group. Paying tribute and great homage to the United States of America on its esteemed 250th birthday comes How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone Activity Book, a 188-page activity book that launches on July 4th, 2026. Written and illustrated by Jerome Judge Hinds, President of the Association of Comic Artists Singapore. Comes the ultimate tribute to the birthplace that brought to the world the splendor of superheroes and comic books. Jerome is a creator and senior editor at USA-based ThunderZone Comics, and in the book, he shares with you the knowledge and methodologies of his work from over the past 8 years, all neatly wrapped up in a 10-chapter step-by-step tutorial. He covers full-length character construction, studies in hands and feet, secrets in foreshortening with props and weapons wielding, plus penciling techniques, inking, digital coloring, and even comic book cover layouts. It's all here and available in both soft or hardcover. And if you really can't wait to get your hands on the physical thing, there's always the digital guidebook edition available for pre-order now. How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone Activity Book, with Jerome Judge Hinds launching Independence Day 2026. Exclusively available from Amazon.com and launched streaming live only on Madness Entertainment Group.